How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Black Appeal Tech Guy here. Today we'll be doing kind of a first impressions unboxing-ish of my newest camera, that is the Osmo Pocket 3. So I did do a kind of a shorts video of an unboxing of it, so I thought that I would make another video just kind of explaining what it is and the accessories that I bought for this. So this, again, is the base version. I didn't get the combo version because, one, I didn't need it, because I already have the DJI Mic 2, because that would have been the only other thing I would have bought next after buying this or buying it with this, and I didn't see the reason to buy it when I already have the Osmo Action 4, and buying this separately, it's only $100, so I didn't see a reason to buy the combo set than having two mics when I can simply just switch between the Osmo Action 4 and the DJI Pocket 3 using just the one mic. So again, this is the base model, which is about $519, and this is what it looks like. So all the videos do show it. Actually, it is kind of small. I thought it would have been a little bit bigger, but actually when I got it and was looking at it, it's pretty small. I don't by no means have like big hands, but when I saw it, I was like, well, there's no way you can use the joystick and hit the record button and kind of move the joystick around. Even if you try to inch it up in your hand and try and do it, there's nothing really here to kind of give you a kind of a better grip. And that's when I realized this, which is just basically just an extender that allows you to also charge up the Osmo Pocket 3, because you can charge it up via the bottom of the device itself, or you can simply just use the extender, which also has USB-C on the back, which allows you to charge it up. It also has a quarter screw on the bottom, so you can use this to attach it to, like, say, a tripod or the other accessory that I'm going to talk about. And you have a USB-C connection right there, which simply just plugs into the USB-C on there. You hear a nice little click, and once you clicks, then this gives you a little bit more grip, a little bit more real estate to kind of rest your hand, instead of having to kind of put it in an awkward way and kind of figure out how to move the joystick and hit record and move around without trying to give a hand cramp. So that's actually kind of cool. I like that, and like I said, it was just something that I just noticed and realized what this was. Now that you can buy a battery extender for this as well, a longer version of it, which is like $70, and I will have a link down below for all the accessories that I'm going to be talking about, as well as some other accessories that you might want to take a look at as well. So the next accessory that comes with it, should I say that the next piece that comes with it, is this nice little kind of silicone covering case, and it does on the inside have little holders for like ND filters and polarizers, which is actually kind of cool. And it does have a little holder right here that, from what I've seen people try to say you can use it for, it's like attaching like your microphone to it, and that's all really well and dandy, but honestly I don't think you're going to be recording with it like that, because the camera itself tends to block it, and you're not really going to be using this to kind of store your microphone, because if you put this in your pocket, which I have done a few times, it's just not going to fit with that in it. But you can just basically just use this to cover your Pocket 3 like such. And again, see this in your pocket, it works perfectly fine. Even with the battery extender, even with the extender right there, it still fits perfectly fine in your pocket, unless you wear jeans or pants, don't have long, deep pockets. But it works perfectly fine. It's hard plastic, so if you were to give it like a little bit of a drop, it should be fine. But if you're doing some rugged stuff and you have this just kind of holding it, and you accidentally just like toss it or something, I don't think that it's going to protect your gimbal that well. Otherwise, it does seem to be pretty sturdy plastic, so that's actually kind of cool. It also comes with a USB-C cord, which you can use to directly pull footage from the Osmo mic to your computer, just simply just USB-C to USB, but you can also use it to charge it up as well, so it's kind of a dual-purpose cord. The next and final accessory you get with it, and this is the one I'm not really sure why, because I don't think I've ever seen in any of the YouTube videos that I've ever seen in terms of just anyone actually praising it or even talking about it, is this little hand wrist thing, which honestly I'm not really sure why you would use this, because on the side of the Pocket 3 there is a little holder right there that you can simply just attach it to. Now that's cool, and you can simply just insert this, but if you're wearing like a watch and you kind of have it dangling through your watch, it will add pressure to your watch and push your watch down, and that kind of becomes more of an annoyance. And if you put it on your other hand, well, you got two pieces of tech kind of hanging on you. You got your watch, and then you got this, and you're going to try and put it on as tight as possible without cutting off circulation to your wrist. That way when you want to grab something and you want to do a quick recording, you simply just grab it, and then turn on, do that, flip the screen, and then do the recording. And that's nice and all, but you tend to, and I know this from experience, you tend to sometimes forget you got stuff kind of hanging from your wrist. So especially if you're not a heavy walker, but if you're just normally walking and you're flailing your hands, just in a normal way, you can actually just bang it up against something. Even if you have it strapped a little bit tight to your wrist, you can still run the risk of you doing a quick turn and then all of a sudden it smacks up against something, because it is going to be hanging sideways. And then if you have it in your little case hanging down from your wrist, it adds a lot more weight to your wrist. So I don't really know, why this is included, but it's included with it. So that's that. So as far as the accessories, I've actually got 2 accessories that I bought for this. One that I already bought previously for the Osmo Action 4. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the little mini tripod. Now there are other companies that do make these, but I just prefer the DJI one because it's a DJI product. This, like I said, threads into the bottom of that like such. And the benefit of this is it's a twofold benefit. One, once you thread it, it gives you much more real estate for you to kind of hold. So it's kind of, in a sense, it's like an extender of an extender, which gives you a lot more of a normal hold. So you can simply just move around the gimbal without having to worry about cramping it up. Not that you couldn't do it before with just the extender, but this gives you a lot more hand real estate to do that with, as well as it serves as a tripod. You can simply just sit down and you can simply just record videos of yourself or solo record. And it does have a feature called Active Track 6.0, which basically allows you to simply just tap on an object or double tap an object, and what the camera will do is it will automatically focus and track that device no matter what it is, whether it's a vehicle, a pet, or whatever. It will automatically stay focused to that until you double tap, and it will no longer focus on this. So this works well for anyone who's doing a type of solo vlogs where you just want to focus on you. Double tap it and it will focus on your face, and no matter where you move it around, the gimbal will stay focused to you. It also works well for product videos. So say you want to do a product review of something and you just wanted to focus on that, as opposed to having to move your joystick around to keep it focused with it. You just double tap on the product and then you just move the gimbal around, which is actually kind of cool. Now I'm surprised that you don't get that on any of the Sony cameras other than the A6400, and this full frame version that I know of is the least expensive one I think that you can do that with is the Sony ZV-E1, but those are called AI photo frame or AI based focus framing, which basically just means that same thing as this. The only difference is that you highlight on a camera, and instead of the gimbal following you, when you move, the frame moves. They call it AI-based auto framing. So when you move, it moves. The camera's still stationary, but the frames move with you. I'm surprised that they don't do that on more and more cameras. It's actually a very beneficial thing, especially for solo content creators like myself who don't have anyone that they can have to kind of have as a camera guy. You're doing all on your own, which is something I prefer to do on myself, is all on my own. And with something like that, with this, it actually works fairly well. Stabilization on this is really good. It's basically just a camera with a gimbal, but in a smaller sensor size. But it works pretty well, especially with a lot of the videos that I've been watching on that. And the next accessory that I bought for this is something that I highly recommend you should take a look at. This is called an extender adapter. Now I know that Tilta makes one. I don't know if anyone else other than Tilta makes one. But basically what this allows you to do is you simply just, there's a little flip right here that slides open, then this opens up. Now basically what this allows you to do is it allows you to use this with this right here. This is called a backpack strap from DJI. Now again, like I said before, there are other companies that do make these, but I prefer the DJI one because it's less expensive and does the same thing. And I used it for my DJI Osmo Action 4 without any issues. So basically what this allows you to do is this allows you to mount your Pocket 3 to this, and it's basically hands-free. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put this in this, and then I'm going to mount it on that. And the easiest way that I found to do it is this little cutout here lines up with these pieces right here, the record and the joystick. Once you have that once you have them lined up, you simply just slide and then you close up, and then on the back there's a little clasp. That's what this hooks onto. You simply just clasp and then you hear a snap and then it closes, and that's not going anywhere. Now, if you're familiar with any GoPro products, if you had GoPro products, putting these on is fairly easy. You simply just align these with the little grooves in the middle. There's several ways you can do it. I find if you try to do it directly, sometimes it's more of a pain. But if you kind of do it from the bottom and slide your way up like such, then that's easy. And then all you have to do is just navigate. And you might not be able to see it through the camera, but there's these little holes that basically go through this to that little metal piece right there. And you simply just take your little thumb screw and then you just slide, and then once you feel it go in, you simply just twist. You don't want to over tighten it, but you just twist, and then voila. And then you simply just take this, and then you just simply just strap it to your backpack. Now, like I said before, I've heard people say that they've had issues with these, but like I said, I had this with my Action 4, had no problems. The backpack that I use has very thick straps, so I don't have to worry about it sliding, especially the way I wear it. This would work perfectly fine. Now, you do have a mode on this called wear mode, and basically what it is just basically a hands-free way of you just walking around and getting the footage that you want, especially if you're just kind of day traveling or day vlogging and you don't want to carry this in your hand and you're wearing a backpack. You just attach this to your backpack, and voila, that's how that works. Otherwise, that is actually a pretty cool option. I have yet to try it yet with the Pocket 3, nor have I had a chance to actually vlog with this because it has been raining here kind of nonstop the last 3 days here in Alaska, and yesterday and today and the next 3 days it's going to be nice and sunny, so I am going to be taking this out and I'm going to be trying to experiment with the vlogging capabilities of this, although I shouldn't be surprised at the fact that this will probably do a good job. Now, I will be planning on getting some ND filters for this. I did order a screen protector for the LCD screen so it gets smudged up a lot. I also got, it's a 2-pack, so it's one for the LCD screen as well as one for the gimbal itself. Now, like I said, I do plan on getting some ND filters, so I don't know how that's going to affect the ND filters because they connect magnetically. So I would imagine it shouldn't be a problem because the screen things just fit on the screen and the other one just attached over it. I don't know how that's going to affect any type of ND filters when it comes to using them. So I may hold off on actually putting it on, but I will put it on the screen itself. Otherwise, it's an amazing device. Now, there are a lot of good MicroSD cards that I'd recommend, but really anything that's a VS30, especially when it comes to SanDisk, you probably might want to use the red and gold ones, not the red and gray ones. Those are more designed for if you're just shooting straight 1080. But if you're going to be shooting in 4K on this a lot, which I know a lot of people are, the SanDisk, the red and gold ones are going to be good. I'd recommend at least 128 gig. I wouldn't jump the 64 just to save the money. The 128 should give you more than enough footage. And then there's some Lexar ones that I also have been using in my cameras as well, so I'll drop a link down below for those, and I'll have a link down below for everything that I've been talking about, as well as some few other accessories that I didn't talk about. Otherwise, this is just kind of my first initial review of the Osmo Pocket 3. There are tons of videos out there, and everyone's going to be using them in different scenarios. But as I said, for me, I'm debating now on whether I should get rid of my Sony ZV-1 or my Sony ZV-E1 and just kind of use the Osmo Pocket as my replacement. Again, this does have a 1/4 screw thread on it, so I can mount this on the same mount that I use my Sony ZV-E10 on, and this does have active followings or active tracking. So if I'm doing any type of product or something, I can simply just actively track the product, move it around, or if I just want to do a little bit of vlogging and I want to move around, it will allow me to do that, whereas with the cameras it cannot. So, and also when it comes to traveling, yes, the Sony ZV-E10 is a small camera, but I do love shooting more on the FX30. So this with the FX30 is going to be a much better, more effective combo for me, but I'm not really sure yet. So that's all that I got for you guys today. I want to thank everybody for watching, and if this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up, as these likes will help me create better content. Again, if you're new to my channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button and hitting that bell notification. That way you don't miss content when I drop it, especially when it comes to me doing my next video with vlogging on this. You don't want to miss that. So I want to thank everybody again for watching, and if you're new to my channel, my name is Black Appeal Tech Guy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your summer and have a great rest of your weekend.